Test. Excuse me. Good afternoon. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Every year I have the intentions of, writing down what I'm going to say. But a little bit low on sleep and a couple meetings, and usually it's off the cuff. So that's how we're going to roll again today. Welcome. Thank you for being here and celebrating, the 2024 5A football champions. Let's start by giving these guys they say comparison is the thief of joy. So it'd be easy up here and you see all four of these trophies, and we could start talking about 21 and 22, but the focus is going to be on this journey, this team, the 2024 Southeast Polk football team, who obviously, went through a year of ups and downs. It's been well documented, and I've got a couple notes on that we'll get to later, but we're going to spend time talking about this group, obviously celebrating their successes. I'd like to, we've added, I want to send some thank yous here first. I want to thank, first off, our parent committee. If you're on the Southeast Polk Football Parent Committee, would you please stand up? Stand up. Players, stand up. Clap for the parent committee. Stand up. That doesn't go unnoticed, and I know I have many faults, and one of them, I hope they truly understand, on behalf of our football coaching staff and our program, the appreciation for the amount of work that our parent committee does for our players. Does not go unnoticed and does not go unmentioned to our kids. We talk about that all the time. The amount of things that they do. It takes so many people in this organization and the parent committee with, the food preparations. These guys eat like kings throughout the season. Solicitation of the business, the sponsorships, a lot, some of those meals are donated. There's a lot of people that support these guys, but the parent committee and their organization and their communication, the t-shirts, all the things that they do for our players is definitely appreciated. I'd like to thank our administration for their support. Obviously, Mr. Pettit is here, other members of our administration, for their tireless work to take roadblocks out of our way as coaches and to allow us to do what we want to do, and that's coach kids. I'd like to thank our medical team. Our team doctor, Dr. Jeffrey Davick, is nationally renowned as an orthopedic surgeon, kind of going through a transition as he's retiring, but he still volunteered his time to be on our sideline. Jake Gibney and his staff of trainers, obviously. Nicole, as she phased out this year, couldn't stay away and was there for us down the stretch. They do a fantastic job of taking care of our kids. This 17-week deal. We started this thing back in August and have gone 7 days a week, at least the coaches for 17 weeks. And the physical nature of the schedule, we played the second toughest schedule in the state. That was well documented, and it's a physical game. It's a tough game played by tough people, and our medical staff does a great job. I'd like to thank our administrative assistants in the main office, in the activities office, Krista Girth, Susie Stewart, Kristen Lang. They take a lot off my plate. Purchase orders, Susie's been absolutely fantastic. Streamlining the process, I just send stuff to her now. Before it was like 2 or 3 different spreadsheets and fill out a form to fill out another form to walk it down to here to walk it down there. And we've streamlined some of that stuff. All the fun administrative stuff I get to do. She's been fantastic. I'd like to thank our coaches, and in lieu of them coming down here, I want them to stand up to be recognized by both our parents and our players. I'm not very smart. I've tried to surround myself with smart people. I've said this many times at banquets and parent meetings. They are truly remarkable. We're a developmental program. That's what we do here. We don't recruit kids. We retain them and we develop them. And we coach them. And it starts with our staff. And it's high school athletics. So I'm extremely grateful for all of those. They're great mentors. Obviously, they're good football coaches, but I tell our kids all the time, the lessons that they can learn by them, husbands and fathers, are tremendous. Coaches' wives and coaches' families, stand up. The sacrifices and the commitment that they make, obviously a bunch of young kids, it's fantastic. I'm getting old, and it's neat to see, some of our younger coaches and staff and their kids reminded me, when I was younger and my kids were younger, being around the facility. They sacrifice a lot so their husbands can do what they love. Pretty special group of people there. I'm not going to make my wife Emily stand up, but I'm going to recognize her and my family and my kids. When you're a 5A football coach in 2024 in the state of Iowa, everybody, don't take your work home with you. That's easier said than done. I have many faults, and one of them is I probably overanalyze and think too much. I don't have a lot of hobbies. I wish I did. But it's a 365-day a year job. I understand that. And she does a lot of the heavy lifting and has done so for many years. So I want to thank her for her support. And I hope I'm not leaving it. And I want to thank our parents for allowing us to coach your kids. I want to thank our community. It is amazing the support that we get, the emails that are sent to me, the people that I've heard from, mentors of mine, who believed in me, and a lot of coaches on our staff, former players. I don't think our players, we tweeted a couple years ago, I think we had 35 college football players playing all across this great nation, playing the greatest team game ever invented, and it ran nation everywhere. And we got guys playing at really high levels who stayed in contact with myself and other coaches and said the same things that we still talk about this day, but how proud they are of how our guys represented it. And I'm going to read you something. Obviously we've got a vision statement and pillars, core values that we believe in, that we talk to our players about. And it's kind of wordy, but in our vision statement, or our why, the last couple sentences are: we appreciate the opportunity to represent our team and to be a part of something that is so much bigger than ourselves. And we work tirelessly to be a program that students, parents, and members of the community are proud of. That's what we talk about. We don't talk about winning championships. Never once. You can ask these guys. Never talked about winning a state championship in 24, 23, 22, or 21. We work every day to make people proud. And they've succeeded with that. So, at the end of this thing, that's pretty powerful, pretty special. The support that we get does not go underappreciated. When you get in a bus, and we've been fortunate enough to do it 10 times over the last 5 years, and drive an hour and 50 minutes to the north and to the east, and you see people that they've never met, with the authentic joy on their face, because they're representing these communities. There's nothing that you do in high school that'll ever come close to that. Nothing. And so, obviously winning's important. It's 5A big boy stuff. But what I'm most proud of this group is the leadership, the toughness, the resiliency, and at the end of the day, the amount of joy they bring people that are here today supporting them and throughout the course of this football season is pretty special. So give yourselves a round of applause for your support. I'm going to have the captains come up, kind of take a little break, and they'd like to say a few words. A couple of them anyway, not all of them. And then I'll close things up. And the reason why a lot of people are here, obviously, are to take pictures. So, Senior Holt Hansen.
First off, I need to give big thanks to Coach C, our leader. Round of applause for Coach C. Yeah, just reiterating what he said, just thanks for all the support. Year round, through the ups and the downs, we had continuous support from all you guys, and it really meant a lot. It helped us push through in the end and stay champions now. Go Rams.
First off, I'd like to thank everybody standing here that came and support us today and celebrate this great win we had. And with that, I'd like to thank the parent committee. You guys do so much for us, whether it's sitting in the cold on Fridays, eating out sack lunches, getting together on Wednesdays and feeding us. It's just awesome that we have a support group like you guys. Next, I'd like to thank my coaching staff right here. You guys do so much for us. It's unlike anything I've ever competed for. You guys care about us outside of the field too, and great young men that we are. Thank you.
That's pretty good. Better than, yeah. I don't know. When I took a step back, I looked at my notes here, and I wanted to. I missed a couple thank yous. I want to thank. The various people, media markets, podcasters, influencers, YouTubers, whatevers, their 20s, maybe have a microphone, a couple flat top computer screens, some nice posters. Pen and a piece of paper. If this game was played on paper, if this game was played in people's basements, if it was played in the backyard, it may be different. This game's played with people that started in January of 2024, lifting weights at 6:30 in the morning, 4 days a week, preparing themselves for the rigors of 5A football, playing the toughest schedule in the state, 3-time defending state champions. And unfortunately, if you have a cell phone and a microphone, you think you have influence and you think you know. But like I tell our kids, they've never been in the arena. It takes courage to be in the arena. Probably never been in a locker room, on a bus. Probably didn't spend a lot of time in the weight room training their bodies. And they don't see what happens in January, in February, in March, in April, and May, and then you get to June. And I told this story a year ago. Pat Camby, who does a fantastic job in our activities office, and by the looks of things, has another banner to put up somewhere in the gym. He's got 4, maybe 2024, maybe 25 will be the year to get that up. We'll work on that. But he asked me 2 years ago when our kids were filtering out for a summer workout at 7 a.m. And he's a young guy, played football in college, did a little bit of coaching. And he said, Coach, what do you do when your kids don't show up in the summer? And I thought about it and I said, we don't have that problem here. The credit belongs to these guys, and the heart and the resiliency and the toughness and the care and the love and all those things that are words to most people, these guys live it. And those bonds are created while doing hard things together. And there were plenty of examples over the course of a 13-game season where things got really, really hard. And there was gut checks times, and there were, I don't know, there's books read about it, crucial conversations, I think some people call it. We call it the truth in our program. We tell each other the truth. And when you have those bonds, when you have that scar tissue, so to speak, of investing in something that's bigger than you, and you have 87 people from 87 different scenarios, 20 coaches that come from different backgrounds, and you talk about a team, that's how you're successful. And so Southeast Polk football versus everybody just kind of came out of my mouth. Because I tell our kids, I wake up every day trying to get to lunch. And this program's been built by people who've come before them. Some of you have been to these. They understand that. We talk about that, and now it's their turn. And what a legacy that this football team has created. And, you know, talking about heart and guts and toughness, and these guys exemplify that every single day. I'm extremely proud of them, right? I'm extremely proud that I'm a small part of this whole thing. What a freaking game, man. Are you kidding me? You know, Coach said it best. I think there was a famous coach that said, 2 types of dogs. There's show dogs, and there's hunting dogs. We got a bunch of hunting dogs that are here sitting in us. So with that said, I'm going to close up shop here by thanking our players. For a crazy ride, man. Crazy ride. Nothing like I'd ever seen. We were down and out. We've been counted out, disrespected. And, you know, if it seems we have a chip on our shoulder, I'm not going to apologize for that. I think that's what makes this place special. I think that's what makes our kids tough. And I think that's why we're here celebrating our 4th consecutive 5A state championship. So with that being said, thanks for your time. Appreciate all the support. Let's clap it up for these guys. There's really no itinerary, so I don't know. This is our 4th one. Feel free to mingle about and take pictures and whatever. We'll try and be respectful of people's time, but time's your most valuable resource. I appreciate your support today and all days, and what a great celebration. So thank you. Have a good afternoon. Feel free to do what you need to do, and we'll see you around.